Hello, everyone. Welcome back to YGG SPL's podcast Into the Splinterlands. My name is RoguePatton. I am joined by two of my favorite co-guild members. Back after a long time adjusting to his sleep schedule, but he's finally here, refreshed and ready to go. Mr. Damour, welcome back, sir.
Thank you very much, Rogue. Hello, everybody.
Glad you're here, brother. Glad you're here. And then the more frequent recent guest pulled him out of the chat, brought him into real life, face and all, Mr. Virus.
Hello.
What's going on, brother? I tell you what, it has been another wonderful week in the game of Splinterlands. In the world of crypto, we're going up. We're going down. Nobody can speculate exactly what's going to happen. The world's on fire. How about yours? That's the way I like it, and I never get bored.
It is exciting, that's for sure. Lots and lots of changes. Lots of things happening.
We got another hive pump going on right now.
28K.
Hive pump? Okay. Interesting.
Did we have a hive pump?
Yeah, there's another one right now.
No way. Oh, are we live for a hive pump?
I mean,
it's
been probably like an hour or something like that, but yeah.
Oh, is that okay? So yeah, we're at 4.48 right now. Okay, I got to pay attention to this. What do we do in a hive pump? What's Damour? You have not participated in a hive pump yet. Is that correct?
Well, I've witnessed some, but I haven't actually done anything, and I'm not really sure how to take advantage of that. So educate me, sir.
Well, so there's a couple ways. There's no wrong answer. Actually, I lied. There's many wrong answers.
Not to anything would probably be a wrong answer.
I've done it twice now. Once where I moved, I don't know, $20 of Hive into HBD, and then when it went back down, then I cashed back into Hive, and I think I made $2. So it was a clean 10%. It was awesome. Okay. It was my first time. I didn't have a lot of assets in games, so it was, I was like, that's just what I had on hand during it.
$2 is $2, man. That's
the second time, though. The second time, I actually had a good amount of SPS DEC, I think is kind of what I had. And we had a pump, and I ended up cashing in my SPS for Rift Watcher packs. Sold the Rift Watcher packs on the secondary for DEC, I think is what it was. Or maybe I held the packs, and then after the pump, resold for DEC, and we were like very far ahead at that point. And I had 120 airdrop points that I didn't have before. Right, so it all depends on what you think is the stable asset to move stuff into. So right now, like I said, HBD, Hive back dollars, that's a pretty stable peg currency to go to. I think Rift Watcher packs are super stable at the end of the day. That floor is unwavering when it comes to those. So I think that's a very stable product to get into. Others go right into credits, because essentially you can sell Hive, DEC, SPS, or whatever to the Splinterlands company in exchange for credits, just like purchasing with fiat, essentially. And credits is essentially a stable asset as well, right? You can only turn that into cards, but that's a way of holding the high value, and then as it comes down. So those are just the different ways that I know of to participate in a hive pump. Virus, do you have any other methods?
I don't think I've accurately used the hive pump yet to do it, but I get how it's done. I just need to actually execute it one of these times. But I mean, basically, you'll see everything go down in its hive price. So you'll see, let's say, a Rift Watcher packs. If you're to look at a Hive Engine right now, if you look at them right now, they're actually up. So Rift Watcher packs on Hive Engine are over $5.
Because people are still on the old price, right? So
Yeah, they're on the old price. So eventually what's going to happen is that they're going to drop down, to what they've been selling usually for, which might be, $450, $460, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you could then buy the Rift Watcher packs at that price. And then once Hive goes back to its normal, then you could sell them off and make that profit. So get how it works. I just got to actually take the chance.
initiative.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
are
so
joined
what
by
these
Tails
big
here.
red candles, these big red candles are hive pumps, right? Because that's essentially the in reference to, like, this is the trading pair of hive and bee, which is so like I think all of these have correlated with hive pumps.
Okay.
And so this is where essentially the relationship between the everything in reference to hive just goes like down. Like it takes way less hive now to get into all of these assets. So if we look at just SPS, boom, same thing. Big red candles are hive pumps, because everything in Hive Engine is in reference to the Hive trading pair, right? So
Of course,
it's SPS and Hive.
Everything's paired with the Hive.
Yeah, so like when we see these big red candles, these are hive pumps. And so we are absolutely in the middle of a hive pump. I wonder, I've got an active trade out on another Archmage token. I wonder how that's developing.
The real fun's going to come when DEC's at PEG.
And we start to experience hive pumps when DEC's at PEG.
Yeah.
So the flywheel, yeah. Look, I mean, for me, that's still a unicorn, right? But maybe one day we'll get there. But just on a side note, Tails, welcome. We haven't officially welcomed you, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
Hey.
thanks.
What's going on, Tails? It's been a long time.
Yeah, I joined the stream just in time to hear about the hive pump, and I'm doing some hive stuff right now.
Yeah, so how do you
Ah.
handle these situations?
I just withdrew some hive from Swap Hive to my Hive wallet, and I'm gonna be exchanging it for credits in the game.
So then when how do those credits end up getting spent?
Well, they're stable because 1,000 credits is $1.
Yeah. But how do you end
So
up bringing those back into, like, do you just cards or
Yeah.
packs or?
Basically, I'm getting a 16% discount on cards right now with that hive.
Got it. Yeah, cards, I think cards don't pump like all the other assets in the ecosystem do when this happens, and it's probably just because of the trading pairs, right? Because everything in Hive has a trading pair with Hive. Is that why like everything soars the way that it does? But cards don't move that quick, or am I crazy? I feel like they're usually pretty stable during these hive pumps.
Yeah, I mean, there's not as much movement on the card pricing necessarily, so you can swoop in there and get some good deals because people aren't changing the prices on their cards, right? So
yeah, I've got about $100 to play with during this hive pump.
Nice.
But I don't know if I'm actually, because it was in an LP, I don't know if I'm actually going to have that. Well, I don't know. It looked like vouchers made a pretty big move too. They're up to almost 15 cents. So
Wow, that's like a 3-cent jump. That's quite nice. Problem with my Hive is it's stuck in HP.
no, you've got hive power.
So I can't do anything with it. It's just there. If I unstake it now, it's gonna take, I don't know, 6 months or something ridiculous to freaking get all of it. So by that time, the hive pump's gonna be long gone.
Yeah. Yeah, and that, it could, I don't know. The one hive pump, like when we were looking at it, where were we at? If I go back to Hive Engine and we go take a look at the hive pumps, this one lasted 3 days. I remember this. This is the one where I made the Rift Watcher move. Was in this 3-day pump because the first pump was happening and everyone was like hive pump, and then I was kind of like late to the game, and then it like pumped. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm ready now. But you know what's funny? As much as like, and now that I've been in this ecosystem for a while, I'm familiar with these when they happen. But I still don't know why they happen. Has anybody been able? The only thing I've ever heard is it's something to do with the Koreans. It's all I've ever heard.
Interesting. Okay.
Something about some Koreans come in and bump the market or something. I don't know.
There has been a little bit of an altcoin pump because of the Bitcoin pumps. I suppose that could be loosely related. But yeah, I don't have any alpha on that.
Yeah, but Hive has a specific reoccurring pump that happens. I mean, it doesn't happen at the same time, but when it happens, there's a 10 to 20% pump, and then it goes back down over the next week, back to the baseline for the most part.
Yeah,
and it's happened almost once every month, or every 2 months. There's been a pump, and. I'd heard the same thing too. It has something to do with some kind of Korean group, and I know that Hive is on certain exchanges, so perhaps it's related to the exchanges that it's on where it happens. But I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like chaos packs have really been touched so much, but anyway, yeah. Side note: Hive pump's happening, so. Get your stuff in the next couple of hours, if it's not already over. I've seen a lot of big red numbers, decently sized red candle, but yeah, interesting times. Good time to do a live show. But anyway, so this week we've got something actually really interesting going on the Mav server, and it's not this Lily airdrop, even though we are going to totally do that right now. I'm eligible for so many lilies. I'm going to get loaded on lilies. So anyway, I'm going to get some of these lilies. What? One gold foil?
A couple of max copies and a gold foil. Nice.
Is that? I expected more gold foils I guess in my mind, 20,000 packs is like a goal I will probably never see. So I expected to be fed like a whale, and I don't think 29 and 1 is being fed like a whale. Is that like standard? How many was I supposed to get? It was like 600 per card. Is that what it is? So yeah, I guess maybe it is only like 30 copies that I was expected. But then, what? 1 in every 25 is a guaranteed gold foil. I barely got my guarantees. Dumb. Anyway, sidetrack. So land is currently being tested for surveying. So Virus, you have done this before, right?
Yeah, I've over the last couple of days I've been playing around with claiming and surveying some plots on here.
So it actually doesn't even look like I have what I need to be able to do anything. Let's see.
Yeah, and this is a way we can get some DEC, and there is a tract up for sale.
It actually doesn't even say I have any plots.
Go to owned.
Go to owned. No, my account didn't get any. I might have to raid Lorcas's. Just raid Lorcas's account. Virus, do you still got something to open?
Yeah, I've got something open. You
want to share your screen so we can maybe kind of go through, if you don't mind doing some of that on stream?
Yeah, sure. If I can.
Sweet. So yeah, we want to kind of go through some of these land surveys while we have this opportunity to kind of test it in the Mav server. I've got 2 plots that I plan on opening once surveying is... Well, actually, I haven't even claimed my deed yet. That's the interesting part, is I I need to still claim.
Mm.
And
Many people do.
Yeah, I'm waiting for YGG to make the decisions that they're going to make on theirs, right? We're supposed to be deciding when we're all going to open and claim our lands, right, together, because the DAO still has the 2 regions that they got to claim. And so claiming those 2 regions really doesn't matter, but I think the rest of us kind of want to be in regions around those as well. So that was the idea, is whenever they decide to claim, then we're going to jump in also and claim as well, so we can have some regions around it. But this is hasn't been decided yet. So
did you watch the town hall on Monday?
I did. I watched the town hall, and they said that all claiming is actually frozen until the next patch.
That as well, but also I'm speaking more in regards to the outrage from some members in the community in regards to the way that these plots get claimed, right? So if you're looking at a map and you're in a foresty area, there is a fairly big chance that you'll get a foresty area. If you're in an ice area or a desert area, there's a fairly good chance that you'll get a desert. And people are very unhappy about that. They wanted more randomness in the picking. So now there's even talk about, whoa, stop this. Math chat has gone crazy over the last couple of days.
Why? I don't understand. Like, I think all right, I guess straw poll. Who thinks that it's fine the way that it is? Because I think it makes sense. Yeah,
me too. I don't see the big hoo-ha. But I don't have land, so really my I don't really get affected by any of all of this nonsense.
That's true.
Yeah, I think the problem is, like, if you own a tract or a region, getting 85% of one land type is, it's giving you a lot of just one land type. So if you, like, we're balanced and we're buying, like water and life and dragon or whatever the cards you were getting for your land, if now all you have is desert or tundra or swamp, like a lot of your monsters that you might have been preparing to use on land, now like half of them you can't really use without a penalty.
Yeah.
On the majority of your land. So from that perspective, I could see it for large landholders looking at it going, well, hey, that kind of sucks. And it's kind of counterintuitive as well when you think about it, because they've said, you don't necessarily want to space out your land across different regions or tracks, because now you're going to get charged at least 10% or 12%, whatever the transport fee is, to move stuff back and forth if you want to move goods and stuff. So you're kind of like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. You either get a whole bunch of one thing to specialize in and trade, or you spread yourself out and you just pay a lot of extra money. It's basically like paying ETH gas fees all over the place, which is no one likes to do, right? So
yeah, that's that's an interesting way. How did they draw the lines for taxes? Was it within territory, or was it within region? Like going region to region, or was it territory to territory?
Let me check.
Because I think they kind of explained that each territory would be pretty even on resource development.
It's region to region.
Oh, it's region to region. So it's 10 tracks.
Yeah.
I was trying to share. Unfortunately, it's freezing every time I try to share the other browser.
Yeah,
so.
I saw that. Crap.
And you're automatically already taxed in 1.5 of land for grain harvesting. So it's not something that just happens in 2.0, right? So if you try and use grain from one plot in one region to another plot, you're going to get charged that tax, which is 12.5%.
Shouldn't be if you're in the same region.
Yeah, but if you're in a region.
If you claim your plots all in the same general area, that's fine, but not everyone has done that.
Yeah, it's gonna be, I don't know, it's gonna be interesting, because from a from a reality standpoint, this makes more sense, in my opinion. Like, just
Yeah.
going into a region and having 100 different plots of like random things, I think is weird. More weird than just these 100 plots. 85% of them is a forest, because like you go to Indiana and the majority of your plots are corn. Like that's and
I
like
gotcha.
I can't bitch about that. Like if I want mountains, I gotta go to some place that has mountains. If I want
Yeah.
some, right?
I mean, it makes sense from a land perspective, like it's logical. The problem with that is even in RPGs, like things like durability and stuff breaking down and needing repairing or having to eat food or drink water or
Mhm.
require sleep are realistic, right? But most games that incorporate those type of things, people hate it because it messes up gameplay. It interrupts the flow of the fun of the game. So they're kind of stuck in a difficult situation where they don't want to necessarily give anyone advantages, but at the same time they want to make it realistic. But then at the same time, then they're pissing people off by keeping it logical. So
Yeah.
So the latest release, it is a lot more spread out. It's supposed to be based on the artwork that's behind your plot. So if you look at one of the regions, there'll be a region that has like a region that's in the LOP territory, and it has a mountain in it, it has a river in it, and it has regular some forest and some grass area. That one, what your specific plot has behind it and its artwork is supposed to give the higher percentage of what the land type is supposed to be. So I mentioned 4 different things that are in a certain region. If my specific plot is on that river area, it has an 85% chance to be a river.
Something water
But then
focused, right?
Yes. Yep.
yeah, I think the challenge virus is if you're claiming one plot in a region, it's not as big of a deal. If you purchase a track, let's say for $12,000 or $15,000, and you drop that plot on a forest and you get 85% forest, I think that's where the issue is people that own tracks are having the stomach issue right now with the 85%.
I think if
Yeah,
they lower
and
that
the-
percentage to 50%, there's, there will be a better feel because, there's 50% randomness that you can get something else, and there's 50% chance that you're going to get what the land looks like, right? I can think people can get more behind that, maybe, from my perspective.
And the latest update did fix that. So there really shouldn't be that many where you get. So let's just say what's on screen here. In your lower left, you should be getting tundra,
Tundra mountains.
an 85% chance of tundra. And then right to the northeast of that, you should be getting some mountains. To the northwest, you should be getting mountains. Northeast, you should be getting lake. You have an 85% chance. So that one's a pretty split
Little
even one
plains,
where you
little
have
swamps.
a bit of everything.
Yeah.
Is what your percentages are going to be in
That
that
was
area.
60. 59 looked a little bit more like this is water.
Yeah.
Majority
So-
water. Yeah.
How many people do you think that have kind of like claimed in these areas are like, if I'd have known the picture played this much,
And right now, the people that were in the very northwest, in that, what is it called? Pristine Northwest, something like that.
Yeah.
They were in those first couple of areas and they're getting, every single one was a tundra, which was what happened in the town hall.
Yeah. Yeah, when he was flipping over a lot of the same card, I was like, I got a feeling something's off here.
But now it should be more mixed. Like in here, where you're just at right
Sorry.
now, on the right side, there's a filter on the right side of the
Mhm.
screen.
Geographies. There's 14 geographies here.
No, the right-hand side, I think.
Right hand side.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
There's one of those dots is for show geography.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
So now you can see in this region that it's, you have a bunch of different geographies. Like this would have before been 85% tundra in the first go round, but now it's a mix based on what's in the map behind it.
That's pretty cool. I don't mind that. I wish there was a way to like go to the next, just like boop, jump right over to the next region.
And this is functioning way better than the first round of this. The first round of even just looking at this stuff was very, very difficult to even.
It was clunky and buggy. I saw, on the live, on the town hall, it was not very smooth, but it's looking better now.
So for sale, owned, for sale. Nobody's selling. Sell me something. I got nothing to buy anything with, but interesting. Tails, you been doing any surveying?
No, I just actually arrived home, so I've been on the road for the last couple of days, so I have not done anything on the map per se.
Congratulations on making it home safe.
Thank you.
You're
Beats the
welcome.
alternative.
For sure it does. For sure it does.
Yeah, I feel like this would be...
That's a lot of tundra.
That's a lot of tundra. It's a lot of tundra, mate.
And a little bit of green and blue in there.
Ooh, got a little bit of lava.
Can we go to the mountain region in the middle? Because that's the most popular one. Everybody wants the Mount Doom in the middle.
Ooh, look at this. 81 is identical to 60. That's interesting. I randomly...
I can't remember how many unique maps there are, but there's only a certain number of unique backgrounds.
Okay.
So they have mixed it up a little bit.
So is it like 81? Is 80 the same as... Nope.
80 is very different.
So not seeing a lot of lava here in the center.
Yeah, which is a little bit surprising. I mean, looking at the
Central
map,
fire, right?
it looks like, lava, like a volcano, right? So
I kind of like this region. This region looks awesome. But yeah, no, I think
Grand Canyon.
I wish I had something to flip over here. Like I have the Mav status. I don't know why I didn't get anything. Brr.
Yeah, there must be a way to get DC and stuff on the Mav server. I'm not sure how to do that.
They just give it, or they call it. They talked about it in the town hall, where it's like when they do a reset, they just kind of like give a bunch of accounts.
Okay.
The thing, right? It's like 10.
But not everybody.
I guess not. Not us.
It's a selective process. How do I get selected? I've got zero. I've got nothing. I've got 0 DC, 0 SPS, no tracks. There is one for sale, so if I can get DC in the account, then I can buy one on the market, right?
Where's
it's $9,000.
It's for how much?
Tracked. $9,000. So
where? I don't
let's
see a track for sale.
You go to the market and you go other items, and then you go tracked. 9,000. So that's DC. That's 10 million DC. 10.8. So if you can quickly pass some 11 million
that's
DC.
That's not even a track. That's a single plot for $9,000.
Do you have a way of getting DEC?
That is one plot. That is one plot. Okay.
Can you burn cards in here and get DEC?
Yeah, I think you can.
If you can, I could put a tract up for sale.
Well, would you be able to just... I think you could just send me, like... Don't you have some DEC?
Yeah.
So, yeah, just send me like 1,000 DEC and like list it real quick, and I'll... As long as there's no bots running on the map server, then we'll go that route. Yay, Mav! You cannot send. I can check if I have one and sell it. You cannot send. You cannot send
in Mav. Okay.
You can send cards. I know that. I've done that. And then, like, I'm pretty sure you can send assets.
Nice.
But we'll see.
Can you sell like a... What is it?
Yeah, worst case, I could also burn something if I have
a legendary gold foil something or other to get some DC.
Oh, goodbye, exploding dwarf. No, which one?
Well, Phantom's right that I can't send you DEC.
Oh, you can't.
Okay.
Lorcus is here. What's going on, brother?
So they've deactivated that.
All right, let's see how much money I get for burning. I'm gonna burn a gladiator card.
I'm gonna burn the most expensive card on the market. Let's find a Jotun gold foil and burn it.
Gold foil, legendary.
Burn the Jotun. Here we go.
I know this is fake, but I don't feel good about doing this.
Convert to dark energy crystals. That's 5.2 million. There we go.
My goodness.
A Jotun gone. Can you believe it?
All right, let's go.
And then I'm gonna find the kitty.
1.2 million. Are you sure? Cannot be undone. Yeah, I'm doing it. I have to sign for it. All right. Are you ready to sell me this track?
I've actually never used the in-game market to sell something.
Oh, really? So what are you selling? You're selling a track? 100 plots? I have 10 tracks in one region. Go, go, go.
Yeah, if you could do it, Elephantium. I'm looking at it, but I haven't figured out how to sell it yet.
As long as it's less than $1 million DEC, I can buy it.
I've got 5.9, so you can pump that price. Pump that price.
You've just been like, yeah, burn it all.
Burn it all.
Burn it.
Mine didn't burn. Mine didn't burn. It
Rogue,
thunk about it.
You want Elephantium to do a tract or a region?
I'll just take a track. Like, I don't think we're gonna spend the whole time popping
Okay,
regions.
A
track, you have to do it a track at a time, right? So
Yeah.
Convert into DC.
Which is pretty annoying when you do the region.
because you have to do it one track at a time.
Yes, and not only that, but you have, as far as I could tell, you have to click every plot to
No, he
say,
didn't reveal all.
There was a way to do 100 at a time. I think was the limit or something.
It's up for sale. A penny. Got it. Buy.
Nice.
Go.
teamwork makes the dream work.
Purchase successful. Did I buy it?
Thank
Yay!
you,
Elephantium. Way to
Lifesaver.
represent, brother.
Lifesaver. Thank you, man.
All right, let's open this thing. Or, well, I guess I got to walk through all of this now. What do I got to do? I got to...
So go
So,
owned, I think. Yeah.
I own...
Upper
no
right, you can
plots.
go claim deeds.
I have to claim deeds first, right? So I have one track token. Select and then redeem.
Okay.
So this is something I haven't done yet on the main. So claim successful. Deeds
All right.
registered.
Nice.
All right. I have 100 plots in, looks like region 27.
Okay, so fairly early.
Koshana. All right. So now
That's
what?
the first
So
region,
here-
I think.
Here's
Ooh, this
the
is mine.
Okay.
This is mine. Well, that's not even a clean. That's weird the way they drew this.
so if I was to guess, you're probably gonna have some tundra in the upper left part of that, and then probably some forests or
Plains or something like that. By the
Yeah.
looks of things. A little bit of forest as well.
All
So-
right.
in the upper right, where there's a map icon. There's a little bit lower right. There you go.
Ooh.
Not too far though. There you go. So if you go there now, you'll see your
Oh. So like grid view, list view. Okay. And so
if you go select
Select
all.
all.
So that's how you can select all. But my problem is that when I had claimed a whole region, I was
Yeah.
trying to survey a specific tract, and when I was doing that, I had to find the ones I wanted and click the individual.
Oh,
You can't just say I
no.
want to survey tract 3.
you wouldn't be able to just do that over here, like by clicking over here on these filters.
When I was doing it, I didn't have that option to select those.
Ah, okay. All right. Let's survey. I think I've
Wow.
got enough DEC to add all to cart. No, it's $1 million per. Crap.
You need more DC.
I need more. Let's go burn some more.
Yeah,
Because we need our potions. Do we need our potions? We don't
Well,
need
the thing
our
is, you won't. I mean, you could see how it's going to look if that's what you're trying to do. But it's
Sure.
not-
Yeah. I'm just going to do the building in a box, and we'll see what that looks like. You ready? You ready?
Get that castle.
Castle. Castle. Castle. Castle. Castle.
Yeah, I want to see how castle looks. I haven't seen
I'm
that yet.
own it. All right.
Or the most rare, which is a legendary occupied.
Oh, legendary occupied. Okay.
Ooh. I've already got 2 legendaries in the first couple.
Okay, that's nice.
Ooh, not bad. All right. We're just gonna. No.
Yeah. Just pull off the band-aid. Just pull off the band-aid, please. Just
Rip
go
it.
for it. There we go.
Legendary hills. Legendary. That looked like
Lots of
a
hills.
keep.
Lots of hills.
That looked like a keep. So many hills.
There's a
Got some
mountain.
mountains.
There's a mountain.
Got a fiery looking
Jungle.
mountain there.
Okay.
That is a good mix there.
Forest.
Forests. There's
Ooh, I
definitely
see
a nice
some
mix here.
occupied. Oh, okay. So magical's pretty obvious. Magical.
they're all
is definitely
shiny.
Obvious.
They're all shiny. They've got, whatever magic they've got crystals or something like that in the
Okay.
color that the type of magic it is.
So common, rare. Looks like we've got neutral, rare, and. But what am I? Hills are just what? Magic, dragon. Oh, so this one calls out specifically. So the magical ones have a specific element to them. Light magic or life magic. Dragon. But then all of these non-magical ones are just whatever. Magical life. Magical death. Okay. I like this. I like this a lot.
So what magic is that orange one?
Dragon.
Oh, that's dragon, of course. Of
Yep.
course. That makes sense.
Those are dragon farts.
That makes sense.
Just chilling in the air.
And it was a keep that you got above?
I believe so. Look at these. Look at this occupied. I love where they position this dude. Just like staring
right in your face.
off to the side, just like, yeah, I live here. Yeah.
So where's the keep? Show me the keep. I want to see the keep.
Occupied commons. Hold on, I'm looking at these occupied. The occupied rares. I like this. This is just an epic neutral do nothing.
So I believe the occupieds are going to be generating extra SPS, right? That's the logic behind them.
Yes, the occupied is the extra SPS for 1.5. The magicals are gonna do extra research.
Oh.
So is this 1 point? Is surveying 1.0 still, or is
Yeah,
it 1.0?
surveying
Yes.
is 1.0.
Yes.
And so
That's
I
the
think,
next release.
so don't occupied still give a bonus for SPS in 1.0?
It may, but
No.
maybe only 1.5 that's coming. I think that was the roadmap, 1.5.
Yeah, because the only proposal that we have right now is that you have to survey to get your SPS. But I don't think
To
there was any
qualify.
details on
on how much and
what did you survey get you a certain percentage.
Yeah.
Tails, does that sound about right?
Yeah, so I think Jarvis or whatever the pre-proposal is trying to get people to survey early, so that there's not a 4-month gap between 1 and 1.5 where you got to survey to get the SPS moving forward. So, which is interesting. I don't know how everyone feels about that proposal, but it's curious. There's definitely some pretty big landholders that are against it. If you look at the nays in the proposal.
The ratios. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm for it. In my opinion, SPS payout should just go for as far as the team has developed it. if they've developed it up to surveying, then it should pay up to surveying. It's just
Yeah, I think what I've heard, and I think people are saying that, they don't want to be forced to do something in the game that's not required. I think it goes against the decentralization concept of the game, because basically, what the proposal is doing is saying you must survey your land if you want to earn rewards, versus someone like, well, I want to wait and try and get maybe this region or this area or whatever, and now you're basically twisting my arm and saying claim or
Lose out.
or else. So
Yeah.
I think that's they want choice, and this is not a choice basically that they're getting.
yeah. Put me up there. But yeah, the yeah, I can see that, but then I'm also like, I don't know, when we started giving out SPS rewards in the first place, like I feel like that was it was the olive branch, so like I got a feeling it's always going to be a point of like, well, I should always be able to get rewarded for my land, even if it's on the sales market, Like,
well, you can't get rewarded for land if it's in Hive
in-game?
Engine, for example. You won't
Correct.
get the SPS rewards.
But the in-game market, you don't get rewards for?
That I don't know. I don't list my land on the in-game market, so I couldn't say for sure if it still
Yeah.
gives you the rewards. I mean, it's an interesting debate, right? I mean, there's arguments on both sides of the fence, I'm sure. I mean,
Okay, there's something.
Oh, it was a castle.
It is a
Yeah.
castle. Nice.
Oh,
But it's on the
let's
keep,
go.
right? The keep-
Alright! Ah!
You see the rarity on that too?
I only had to... No.
So the castles are mythic. That's
Yes.
the rarity.
That
They're
I
really
did
special,
know.
Yeah. They made them like a special, so it's not standard.
Look
Because
at
they
me,
are
wow.
special, right? There's very, very few of them. I think it's like 1,300 of the castles, and how many keeps? 150 keeps? Is that it?
Elephantium wants his track back.
I want my track back now, please.
Hey, I had to burn
It's
a very expensive card for this
It's-
track.
it's all fake. It's all fake. It's not real, guys. It's not real.
I am at a loss right now because oh man, where'd all my stuff? Oh, is it like gone now? Do I not? Here, hold on. No. Boo. Okay. All right. So don't click out of that screen, guys, or else you lose it. All right. So if I go look at, let's go here, my plots. And then let's go look specifically at the magical ones. So I was at 7.85%. Does this kind of switch whether or not we're looking here? No, it doesn't.
So those percentages are based on the entire region.
Mm,
So if you look at your like the geography breakdown there, I
Yeah.
believe that's in the bottom part of this. That's the geography of the entire region, not just your tract.
mm. Well, that's actually interesting. Why, it's kind of weird that they only broke it out this far, right? Mountains, plains, forests, like they have a lot further of a breakdown than just these three. But yeah, so no, I was curious. I wanted to look at my plot specifically, and I wanted to look at the magic. Own 75. Do I really own 75 magical plots? No way. Okay.
There's a whole different types. Okay.
So
Nice.
these are the magical plots that I have. Why did I have to click on all those? Why couldn't I just click on these? This is what I wanted. Okay. And then rarity. So the majority of them were common. I had 2 epics.
Epics.
I have
0
2 epic
legendaries.
magicals, so
And any rares?
Mm, 3.
Yes. 3 rares. Okay. No legendaries though. So the legendaries are still rare, or on the lower side of things.
So this epic dragon spirit hills, like I noticed that a lot
looks
of
pretty
the
cool, man.
magic seemed to have been the same. Like the mountains were the fire, like fire didn't go outside of the mountains. Earth was in the forest. The hills had the dragons and the plains had the dragons. Dragons and light seemed to be the thing. Forest had some light, but it almost seemed like the magicals were tied to specific terrain types. Is that something you guys have noticed? Outside of these 100 that we've pulled?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That's what I would assume, is that the terrain type probably determines the magic.
The type of magic?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, a bog or something like that, or a swamp is where you're going to get your death magic.
Okay.
I think that's probably pretty essential, because I wouldn't imagine that every resource type could be infused with every magic type.
Yeah,
If
that makes
that
sense.
was possible, we'd have a lot of combinations. Woof.
Also, something that I noticed now when you showed the dragon up close and personal. Before it looked like crystals, and now it looks like a dragon shape.
Yeah, they're dragon woofs, dragon like
clouds or
wisps.
something, mists.
Little dragon
That's
wisps.
interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, no, so I think this is probably like outside of the castle. Like I think these epic magical plots are probably pretty good.
Yeah, I think they're
Different,
special. They're gonna have something special about them, something extra.
Yeah, especially an epic. I mean, a legendary occupied is the most rare plot in the game.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think
So let's have
my
a look at your
legendary.
occupied.
I think my legendaries were pretty standard.
So
How
you've
do
got
I
one
get rid
legendary.
of this?
So that is a bug. I saw that on the town hall as well. I'm not sure.
Oh, where it just doesn't go away?
Yeah, it doesn't go away. It sticks there,
Ew.
and you can't get rid of it.
Boo. Oh man, what is going on? Can I oh, okay, I got you. I gotta go back to
your
my
where you claimed
plots.
27, I think it was.
27. Okay. And then change my rarity to, so these are my two legendaries.
2 legendary plots. And
This was
can
hills.
you
This
can you
was-
filter on the occupied? I want to see how many occupied you got.
Yeah, that's true. True land type occupied. So didn't have any of them as legendaries. No
There are some-
epics.
Oh, no epics either. Okay, we got to get in the bug with the.
One rare.
Oh, nice.
Darn it.
Go away.
Go away.
So the nice thing with this is that for those who have already claimed and know exactly where their plots are, right now you can go into here and you can see
There it is.
if, as long as they've been claimed in here as well, or surveyed in here as well, you can tell what's the probable land type that it will be.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
if you want, so for me, like most of mine were forest and with a couple river, or a couple, I think it was bogs in there. So I know that I'm going to be good with earth. I can load up on my earth cards I want now to start.
Got it. Got it.
But if you had been one of those people that prepared up front and bought a whole lot of death cards or something, you would have been upset, right? And I think that's kind of how it's pissing people off.
I guess it would depend on which death cards you ended up buying, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, they've all kind of rose together, right? The floor is being set. So just if you bought a bunch of reward commons that aren't the right type, you're still selling for a higher price than you bought, and you can essentially trade because they're all still, for the most part, together.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
you can trade all of your exploding rats,
Or get a
sorry,
neutral. No buffs, no
Well,
negatives,
screw neutrals.
right?
No, you're going for buffs. We need that 10%.
Oh, you want the buffs?
My
Okay, you gotta
Venari
have the
Smith
buffs.
is going to be amazing. He's going to do work.
All right.
But yeah, this will be interesting from my perspective as just like a 2-plot holder. It's going to be I'm half tempted to like claim within the region but try to aim at 2 different tracks.
I think it'd be tough because if you have 2 plots, you're gonna need one to generate you grain, unless you're gonna be buying grain from the market, and you're gonna need the other one to do, as you want to do with it. So if you're gonna want the other one to do
SPS
whatever
research,
and the other one will need grain as well, so you'll need to transport.
But what's
grain
wrong?
between the
Like
2.
if I'm in the same region, then it's fine. I can have them in 2 different plots.
Correct. You just have to be in the same region. Otherwise, you're going to be taxed.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. As long as I'm within the region, I don't think I'm so hell-bent on having them side by side
next to each other
at this point. But I don't know. Maybe I am for just the increased odds of getting the castle or the keep of that track, or being able to like increase my magical or occupied chances by not spreading out. I don't know. I don't really know what the correct answer is. I think though, what's weird is I have two plots, but I've been looking at this from the perspective of I think I need 3 or 5. They've kind of set those targets for me. 3 being exactly what you said, Virus. If I can have the one doing grain, one doing SPS, one doing Secret of Praetoria, I'll feel pretty good. I can balance between the 3 lands, make sure my PP is at a point where whatever whatever food is being farmed can feed all 3 of my workers, and try to put like the most amount of bonuses either on the SPS or the Secret of Praetoria, mainly depending on whether I pull a magical or an occupied. I think that'll decide for me which one I farm, like for all of it, right? And then the other one is 5 with the prefix title. Just for owning 5 plots of lands, you get a prefix title, and I'm like, I don't mind that. So those are kind of 2 stretch goals, I guess is what I would call them for my current land journey. I don't know if I'm going to go for them, but that's kind of just my thoughts right now. So, but did we formally introduce Lorcus, or did he just kind of sneak in here?
He snuck in, and we've kind of been talking nonstop, not really giving him an opportunity to say anything. So welcome, Lorcus.
I'm just listening. This is great.
Yeah, brother. How are have you tested anything in the Mav side yet?
No, I've been sick, so I haven't done anything useful.
Ah, nice. Yeah. Remember growing up when you were sick, how like you used to spend that time playing video games and such? Or maybe I'm just speaking for me. My sick days were like Sony PlayStation days.
They're video game days, yeah, for sure.
Definite video games days. Do you think as an adult they're not video game days anymore? We actually get sick and we need to recover.
Yeah, I wasn't playing any games.
That's how it is for me too. It's like, and now that I'm sick, it's not like a free day anymore. It's like really like, I need to recover. I need to recover. But Tails, how are you sitting on land?
Well, I mean, you brought up an interesting question is with the prefix title. Like if you have, let's say you had, 10 or 15 plots, where you owned a tract, whatever, would you ship those off, transfer those to alt accounts just to get the bonuses and game the system and max it and give every alt account you had 5 plots and basically, delegate or transfer cards over, basically.
I can see that happening for sure.
So that would be interesting to see if people that own a tract all of a sudden have 20 alt accounts for land. So
what you've just done is you've turned my 5 stretch goal into 15. or 20,
No. I'm just
So
saying. I mean,
so that I
It's-
can have what's the title? It's Warden, right? Or it's like Warden or Baron or what is
Warden
it?
of the North, Warden of the
Warden.
South, Warden of the East.
Warden Charmander, Warden Squirtle.
All right.
the boost though that you're getting for that is RP, right? It's not PP. So
Oh.
these would be accounts that you would want to be ideally farming Soulbound reward cards with. So
Is it really? It's an RP boost.
So it's going to give you an
Yes.
RP boost. That's interesting. It's the first
but
time I
it's
hear that
across
a
the
title.
account.
Okay.
So like
Okay.
a warden is a 5% RP boost for the game, which is what is the guild boost? I forget. Like if we look at dragons.
Well, it's max. At max, it's 20%.
20%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at level 7
So-
right now we're at. Here, let me.
Are any of the other titles also giving you some type of bonuses like this that I'm not aware of?
Yeah, I think it's all RP, right?
Is it all RP based? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
5+ Rooney is 15%.
5 plus. Wait, whoa.
So the
Whoa, whoa,
Rooney's
whoa.
10% on its own.
What?
No. This is the prefix Rooney boost. So if you have 5+ Rooney working on land, you're going to get a 15% RP boost for your reward shares for end of season and dailies.
What?
Wow.
There was an RP boost on Rooney as well.
Yes.
If you if you
I
assign
love my Rooney.
if you assign
I-
5 Rooney to your plots, you'll get the Rune Guard prefix, which is a sweet name too.
Oh.
Are you serious?
And-
Where did you read all these?
It's in the white paper.
It's in the white
Stop
paper,
it.
obviously.
No, it's not.
I'm just making it up.
How about
right.
no?
I thought so.
Yeah,
so,
hold
man.
on. Am I? You guys are so silly. You guys are gonna make me fact check you. Hold on. Get Discord up here.
I
It's in the
trust.
white paper, or in the prefixes and titles page.
Days. Come on. I can't believe I skipped over the RP aspect of this. That is nuts. I think that
Yeah, I mean,
would probably
15% is-
solidify my decision.
Quite a decent buff. But I've only got one Rudian anyway, so that's never going to be a reality for me.
No, I mean I got the one Rooney and it was going to do amazing things. So, all right, let's see what we got here. Prefixes, castle schemes, blah blah blah. Production boosts. Rooney. You said it was in. Rooney
It's all the way at the
stuff?
bottom. No, yeah, all the way at the bottom.
Oh, prefix titles. All right. Oh, okay. Working on land. Period. Not like all like that's basically
Not if you own
owning
the
5
Rooney.
Roonies. Okay.
No.
These are RP boosts. Wow. And if you just get a keep on accident, that's an extra temp. What? Like
That's
you
a
were
big
already
bonus.
doing good for having a
That's a-
keep.
That's a big bonus.
5+ Roonies is 15%. Castle's 25%.
So the castles are more rare than the keeps. Okay, all right, yeah. I had that the wrong way around.
The
That's what it
5
is.
players with the most research points earned in each territory behind the first. 50% out. What?
Yeah, I was planning to claim my land with YGG, but now it isn't clear if YGG's ever claiming their land, so I don't know what to do with my land.
Right? That's
They're-
where I'm
they're
at. I'm
Dragging
Floyd.
their feet. It's, yeah, I don't know.
Earned in each player with the most research points earned in every territory. Player with the most research points earned. Oh, okay, so Vonarch and Overseer, they're gonna give the same bonus, but there's gonna be 6 Overseers and 1 of the 50%. Oh my goodness, guys. A straight 50% bonus on RP for the rest of your life. And then when they get rid of RP, that's going to be hilarious. They've already talked about it. Like he's already gone on town hall and been like, yeah, the current system, RP and everything. It's not the final, And so look at this. They got they're like, yeah, do all this stuff for this thing that I'm not confident is the final thing we're dealing with. Oh, but in the meantime, woo-wee. Own 5 plots. So when does this happen? To protect Praetoria and hide, do all the prefixes come out at the end of 1.5?
I think they start once 1.5 is released.
We'll be able.
So like in June, July timeframe, approximately.
And I believe that you have them only while that thing is applicable to you. So if you have, if you're working 5 plots and then you sell one or you move it to a different account, you'll lose that prefix. And so
What?
So let's say that you have 5 plots on your account you're working, and then you sell one off or you move it to a different account, one of them, you will lose that warden title. It's not yours to keep or sell.
Oh, okay. These will be automatically assigned to players' accounts when they have met the requirements listed below, and also be automatically removed if the requirements become unmet at any time. Okay. But these, though, like the research bonus ones, those would be soulbound, right?
No, you could have different. There's going to be a race for these research points.
Yeah, but they would be, once the race is over, like it's done, and you're using multiple plots probably to farm this, so they can't lock it to a single plot.
So is the research relating the Praetorian secret? Is that what the research is about?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not going to conclude in 1.5. So.
Wait, what? I thought the end of 1.5 would be the end of research.
Could be years.
I don't think so.
Oh, screw me then. Can't believe that. Gathering the Magic says, I want to save my free building upgrade for a building when phase 2 releases. Yeah, you don't get a building in 1.5, so you will absolutely be saving it. Can we save the free upgrade, or do we have to use it right away? Yeah, no, there's nothing to build. That building in a box stays in a box till 2.0. So you're all good there, brother. All good there. Once we survey, can we only farm grain or research if you get a magical plot? So you will have the option on all plots. It doesn't matter if it's magical, occupied, or regular, right? Doesn't matter. You can choose to farm SPS, farm grain, or farm research points.
Yeah.
You can do any of them on any of them. It's just the bonuses are different depending on what the plot is.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. I didn't realize it was RP. I think I just skimmed over this thinking that it was some kind of land bonus at that point. But I would say that this could arguably pay for itself at some point. I would be very happy with that. That just by going for 5, you would increase your chances of being one of these. I will probably never attain this one. Rooney has already reached a price that I'm not comfortable with. So acquiring 4 more is not an option. I do love that 15% RP boost, though. Like, anybody that aped into Rooney's, though, like, now what? You bought all these and you're like, I'm gonna combine them, and then now like everything they've built disincentivizes combining at this point. Is that your guys' take on Rooney's as well?
It seems like the only reason you might want to combine it is if you have one ridiculously awesome plot and you want to put a 5x Rooney on it.
That would be sick.
It'd be ridiculous.
What's interesting too is there's no bonus or benefits for your Rooney having legendary or epic traits currently.
Yeah.
So floor Rooney is just as good as I guess even gold foil Roonies don't. I guess gold foil Roonies do have benefits for PP, but other than that, gold foil is the only really differentiator here.
Yeah. That PP is a big bonus though.
Yeah.
Because I think it's the difference of 1,500 versus 10,000 or so.
25,000 something. It's a lot higher.
Yeah, it's quite a big difference.
Gold foil legendary max is no, it's only 10,000.
Okay, 10,000.
Well, 10,000 is still a large number.
Got him. So yeah, gold foil max is 10. I mean, it's a nice 8, 7x, 7, 6.66 something x.
Wow, that's an interesting.
So yeah. Anyway, God, we've learned a lot tonight. Woof. So yeah, the lodge bonus, one of those questions that we had. So owning 5 plots is about the same as being in a guild with a level 5 town hall, right? So
Except that it's a lot easier to get into a guild level 5 town hall, so I'd suggest do both.
oh yeah, definitely do both. 5 Runeys is the same as a level 9, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Gathering the Magic says legendary occupied plots will be 3 times as rare as castles. Wonder what those will sell for. Right?
Are we sure about that though? Because there's only like 150 castles, right? Like in the entire map.
Yeah,
Are we
but
sure that the occupied legendaries are going to be less than 150? Are we sure about that? Does that make sense? Or am I missing something here?
so each track or each region, no, each track has 1 guaranteed legendary. 10 tracks in a region.
So there's only 45.
10,
Damn, that is very little. That is very,
there's only
very little.
10 legendary plots in a region.
Okay, so let's do the math.
And each plot has a
3%.
8%. What was it?
3%.
3% chance of being occupied.
1% of land is legendary, and only 3% of those are occupied. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, so 3% are occupied. So, yeah, 1%. Yeah, so that's point. Every region has a 0.3% or a 0.3 occupied legendaries, where every region has 1 castle. So yeah, 100%. It's 3
The
times.
question for me becomes what is the difference between a castle and an occupied legendary land? What are we gaining? What are we farming? What are we getting from it?
All we know is 1.5 right now. 1.5 says that we're going to be able to farm a metric shit ton of SPS from that plot. That's all 1.5 tells us.
Well,
after
it also
one
just means that you have company. Nobody likes to be alone.
Yeah, you get pets. You get pets.
Sure.
You get little land pets. And then in 1.5, the castle is just a passive income of resources that are being farmed from your land. So
and also taxes from your occupants in the other people in the land, right? So
exactly.
Is that, for me, that's way more valuable than getting a little bit more SPS. I don't know. That's just my logic. But
well, I kind of agree, because essentially if that plot is in your land, then you're getting, I don't know, 10% of whatever that thing did anyway. So you're getting 10% of that one plot also. So yeah, I'd say the castle is still the best, but those are pretty rare. And in terms of like leaderboards, or in terms of monopolizing resources, especially essence, like having a legendary occupied land could be a pretty high percentage of the essence of whatever they are going to do in land 2.0. So, but People's Guild says, yo, just finished our pod. Glad to have caught you guys. Who do you guys have on this week? That's awesome. Yeah, I really enjoyed your guys' shows this month. It was awesome. Castles give you taxes. Occupies give you essence, which is one of the 2 ingredients for making items and spells. Yeah. So yeah, I'm need to figure out how to get. Maybe that's what I'll do with this hive pump. I'll go get some land. How about that? Hive pump.
Another thing that wasn't mentioned too is that if you're if you claim 100 plots at the same time, that's when you're guaranteed the minimums. So you're guaranteed a minimum rarity of, a certain number of rares, certain number of epics, legendaries, and magical and occupied.
So ideal would be to claim as a group of 100. That would be the best way to go about it.
Yeah. So there's certain groups that are kind of forming together that are for people with individual plots that are going to be surveying at the same time. The difficulty is that if you've already been saving up your DECB for that, you can't send that to someone else to survey together with.
Yeah, because it's not transferable.
So you'd have to have the liquid, vouchers or DEC to send along to that person to get the DECB, to get the packages that you want. But right now, there's going to be groups that are getting together and surveying together and getting 100 plots together.
Yeah. This thing said I only had 3 occupied lands, but I had way more than 3, right? Maybe I didn't. That was 3%, right? Holy shit. Did I only have 3? I had the 1 plains and 2 hills? I did. Occupieds. Those are going to be hard to come by.
1 rare, 2 commons.
Yeah, definitely.
I love this guy, though. This guy is great. The way they've just kind of posted up one of these fiends in the corner, I love it. Nate, hat tip, brother. Thank you, sir. It looks great on the card.
So what's interesting is if you go through and you start to, let's just imagine, with Gathering the Magic's point there, that legendary occupied lands are going to be very rare. If you start to look at the boosts in the production, even in land 1.5, like occupied lands are for SPS mining.
Yeah.
They give you a boost, 100% boost. And then legendary gives you another 100% boost. And then if you put a Rooney on it, it gives you another 100% boost. So if you had a legendary occupied land with a Rooney, you're doing 4x SPS mining just with that, with no other like totems or anything else. So stuff could really start to get kind of crazy on the production points and multiplier side pretty quickly.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. I don't know. It's an interesting time to be alive. So yeah, the People's Guild interviewed Nate. So Nate is going to be on the show. He's I want to say the second time on the People's Guild, right? Because I feel like he was on the People's Guild once, or maybe that was Cryptomancer. Cryptomancer went pretty heavy into the Lord side during your guys' interview too. But no, it's awesome, man.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to B Jangles and Wasco. I really enjoyed this last, not Nate's, because I haven't listened to Nate's yet, obviously, but Mango Mayhem. If you guys didn't check out that,
awesome
one was excellent. So that was really entertaining.
Yeah, that one before that was all right.
Damour, of course, Damour's was awesome. That goes without saying.
Yeah.
But again, shout out to the People's Guild, because what I love about the People's Guild podcast is I feel like I learned so much more about the person and obviously about the game as well and how it influences the game. But just like Damour, the stuff I learned during your interview, and then just it's great. It's fantastic, and they have a really great interview style. So
yeah, very well done.
Yeah, they really make you feel comfortable to talk. I feel like I shared way more than what I would have normally. It's just the way that they go about, asking questions and talking to you. It's pretty great. They're a great bunch of guys. I love the show. Keep it up, guys.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. So yeah, looked at land. This is what I'm excited for, honestly, guys. I think we could probably wrap it up here for the week. Do you guys have any other final thoughts going into this weekend, going into the end of season? Anything on your guys' mind to close the show on? We'll start with Marcus.
I'm excited for the new. Sorry, start with Locus.
You're fine.
Go ahead, Damour.
I'm excited for the more chests, right? The new system energy is giving me way more chests than what I used to get. So I'm kind of happy about the changes.
Yeah.
Feeling good at this stage.
Yeah. The SPS payout is pretty good too.
Yeah, exactly. Way more SPS on the per match, right? We're getting 100% each and every time instead of these lower percentages.
End of season already. This went quickly. Yes, it did, sir. Yes, it did. I feel like I was just living my life 15 days at a time. Like that's it's just blocked up into nice little windows. Lorcus.
I got to figure out what to do with my runes now. Well, I know what to do with them, but I got to figure out what to do with my land because someday we have to claim it, and it doesn't seem like that's coming anytime soon with YGG. So maybe I'm just gonna have to randomly claim it.
Hey, if you randomly claim it, let me know. I want to be your neighbor.
All right. Anybody else
Awesome.
ready to randomly claim some land?
If I had some, I would love to join you guys.
Tails.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing for me is what comes out of this proposal. That's, I think, a couple days left. The exchange listing proposal. I personally feel it's a mistake if we take 30 million SPS out of the DAO coffers and put it towards this. I think it's not a good use of funds and money. And we didn't really talk about it on the stream today, but I'm honestly hoping it doesn't pass, but it looks like it might. So
Yeah, it's a little stagnant there. I don't know how much is left to.
It's very close. It's 79%, so quite a big gap between 65 and 79.
Yeah, but I feel like we had 500 some thousand staked SPS. Like, what? Did half of those people just don't vote? Was that where we're at? Because we've only got 250,000 or 250 million of SPS voted on this. So,
There's a lot of sketchy news coming out about in relation to Binance. So
yeah, it would be a shame if we spent all that money and listened to Binance and then Binance went poof. Again, and Binance and Coinbase were listed there, but there's no guarantees there. And just to set aside that amount of SPS, where SPS is at pretty much an all-time low for just some questionable off-ramps for whales, I just think is really poor, but what do I know?
yeah, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you.
You're not with me though. You're voting yes.
Well, yeah, but I hear you. All right, let me change that. I hear you. I'm not with you. Mainly because I don't. I don't know. We're at a state where I think we're in the depths of the bear, and so might as well make these kind of moves now, right?
I disagree. So just, I don't want to get into extend this
No,
stream,
you're fine.
Rogue, but I mean, if we're in the depths of the bear and we're not in a bull market yet, like I know BTC is still doing BTC things, which is good, but you know, if it turns south and the macro doesn't go our way from a crypto perspective and things get worse and we're back at 17K or lower for BTC and we've got an exchange listing, then is everyone excited about this? So I think to earmark funds with the I guess assumption that we're going up and there's going to be a bull market is a pretty poor assumption right now.
Okay.
You've
I'll have to
convinced me.
think about that
I'm
more.
changing my vote to no.
Yeah, me too. Just jump right over here. No.
see, I mean, I think of it a little bit selfishly. I think of how difficult it is for me to have an on-ramp to get money into this game. And for me, in the US, having a way to get money into the game that doesn't involve, 10 steps with 10 different fees, I would love to have. I'd like to be able to get money from Coinbase one step and then send it into Hive, and that's it.
Yeah, but is that convenience worth $1 million?
Yeah, that's the question. I mean, how many more people are like me though that want to do that? It might be worth $1 million.
Yeah. Or how many people just want to speculate on a token that they don't really have any idea what the hell is going on with it?
Yeah,
see,
that's
that's the danger,
that's
right?
short-term play. That's
Neat.
not a long-term
Wait,
play.
is that what we're doing? No, that's not what we're doing.
Like, yeah, I mean,
I'm helping.
yeah, like for me, I'm because I see the DAO just as having so much right now that I'm just not worried about giving away this much. Especially knowing that we're just kind of writing a blank check, but it doesn't have to be maxed out. Like, it has some flexibility to it. It's not like we're losing all of this. Like, as soon as it passes, like, all of this is going away, right? Could get it for half that price, could get it for whatever, at the end of the day. We're just given the authority for somebody to negotiate on our behalf.
Don't
right?
you think it's odd though that Agro's stance here went from, we want the exchanges to come to us and ask us to list our token.
Yes.
We're not paying for this stuff.
Yes, I will say
we're
that.
great. And now it's like, hey, please pass this. Let us spend your money in the DAO, not our money, to pay for this. That's completely two different messages. And
Yeah.
how do you make those match up? So
I would say I think the DAO has more flexibility. Like, the DAO doesn't need the funds to continue to play Splinterland.
you say that today. Talk to us in 3.5 years.
It's not infinite money, right? There is, it is being drained. But yeah, what convinced me originally to say yes was the fact that they're going to recoup the funds somehow, right? They had a plan in place to recoup the funds, and that's kind of why I said yes in the first place. But I see your points, Tails.
Yeah, they've always had plans to recoup the funds. In that proposal, nothing was new. The team has always said that sets like Dice or Rift Watchers would always go to the DAO. So that was smoke and mirrors, honestly. It's just making you feel better about pushing up the upvote button. It's not saying that there's any additional funds or any additional sets or revenue streams coming in to fund the DAO. The DAO funding is the DAO funding. It hasn't changed with this
still
proposal.
the same. Okay.
You're just spending, I forget the exact percentage of the DAO funds that you're spending today, but
Burn DEC. I think that's a good idea. Burn DEC to get the exchanges listed. That'll get us closer to the flywheel. That is stuff we want.
Yep.
Yeah, DEC is in the hands of the company, not the DAO, though.
You see, and that's why we're not spending that. Okay.
We're vouchers. Just send them a bunch of vouchers.
Yeah, there you go.
Is the infinite
Discounts.
supply even enough at this capitalization of vouchers to even buy anything? All the vouchers, and there's really not enough. Not enough vouchers.
I don't think so. But honestly, the way that I see the future, right? When we talk about like 3.5 years from now or whatever, I view us being able to kind of change the distribution of the SPS to be like less of an SPS distribution without changing the dollar value. I guess that's kind of where I view our future. You know what I mean? Like, so the DAO currently has, I don't know, like X amount %, right? So like, but I would say at the end of our 5 years of distribution, I don't think the DAO needs 20% of the circulating supply to fund the next year's prizing. You know what I mean? Like, when the time comes in 5 years that we have to refigure out how to reward players in the game, I don't think it's going to be the same nominal value of SPS. But if all things have gone well, it will be a comparable dollar value, right? In reference. And then that'll continue to decrease over the life of the game, right? That's my ultimate goal, or that's my ultimate thought, is that we will just continue to offer less and less SPS as we go into 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, blah, blah, blah. And then we're given literally fractions of SPS, almost similar to like the DEC that we were getting, but that's worth the same. as like the kind of rewards that we're getting today, right? So like we still are there, and I because I don't want to get to the point where we're like after 5 years we're like, oh, we gotta mint another million SPS or billion SPS. And I'm just like, crap. I don't want to mint. I just want for the fractional value of our token to carry. Yeah.
That reality is only the case if good decisions are made today. Because if poor decisions are made today, the value of SPS may not be high, like you say, which would make that a reality. So if SPS is like in your scenario, you're envisioning like SPS at let's say $1 or more as an example, for that to use less SPS to disperse for that. The problem is if SPS goes the route of Axie and it goes to like sub pennies, like it goes to DEC type valuations, that's the problem, and that's all based on decisions that are being made today and in the future. So
I can tell you one thing: if they increase the cap and start printing more SPS, I'm selling out of the game. That minute, I will be selling out of the game. Everything.
That will be a very hard pill to swallow, because it has been sold as a capped token.
Yeah.
But there has been an asterisk on it the whole time that we as the sub DAO, or we as the DAO, can decide to print more if we want to, because we have control. And so I would be weirded out though if we did get to that point.
I would be very sad if the community go the route that central banks are. They clearly do not understand money and how they're screwing us if that's the case. Tails Gathering saying you sound like Dwayne.
I didn't say $3 SPS. I said $1 SPS. Don't go crazy.
Don't go crazy. Yes.
Look, it's been up at the $1. I think $1.10 was the all-time high, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. And we went down to like 2.5 pennies. So like we took our 98%, I would say. Like our coin took a 98% cut.
Yeah.
So
that's where we are now.
Yeah. I don't think that's a what if. I think that's where we're at. But anyway, Tails, good conversation. You just spoke up earlier. Jeez, we're at the end of the show. You're bringing
yeah, that was a great one right at the end.
Here. Where were you? I was like talking about land forever. Virus, final thoughts that we can talk about for the next 30 minutes?
No, I'm just I'm ready to try to burn my energy down at the end of the season. Get 100% the whole way through right at the end, because I can let it recoup for a day or two when the season starts back up. And
that's an interesting take. I think I'm going to do that as well.
Thanks, because I mean that last half, normally you might go down to 50%, but you're still getting a lot less rewards when you're getting close to the lower you go, but you don't get hit. There's no hit anymore. You get that full 100%.
Yeah, you can have one energy and you still get 100%, right? So it's
Yeah, I could see that. Awesome. Yeah, how was starting in Champion and everything? I guess like, are you gonna play it kind of the same way? Like are you gonna start in Champion again?
As of right now, yeah. So I mean, if I play a bunch of games, I drop below Champ 1, then might have to actually buy some energy, and if I risk it all and get a little bit too knocked down, but no, I think that's my plan again, is to stay in Champ 1 and stay in Champion the whole season. It was pretty cool getting champ rewards the whole time.
Nice.
So I did have a question for the group, because I don't know the answer actually to this. If you have, for example, a account in Champ 3 that was in Champ 1 the previous season, and you let it be dormant, so it stayed in Champ 3 with no battles played this entire season, it'll still stay in Champ 3 this season. Will it stay in Champ 3 indefinitely if you never play a battle there, basically locking in Champ season chests for eternity?
That's my understanding of how it's supposed to work.
I think it's just one season.
Is there anyone that says that for sure? Just one season of dormant?
I that's what I remember from the town hall, but I don't know that for sure. I don't know if it was written down somewhere.
So what you're talking about parking one? You're talking about parking like one account at champ, so always have champ chests and then play in the other.
So in modern,
Not
for
an account,
example,
like
yeah.
modern,
So
wild.
for last season in modern, I made it the champ 1 and it dropped to champ 3 this season. I haven't played that account in modern. I've just been playing wild.
Got it.
And my plan was just to keep my modern account parked at champ 3 and just not play them, then be dormant. If it was an indefinite parking, so it didn't punish you for not playing that league. But if it's going to just be a one season thing, then I'm going to have to switch back and forth between champ and modern to keep them up there, which is challenging with a new energy.
Yeah, with the new energy, like playing both modern and wild, that is something that I've noticed is a little bit more difficult now with the energy system.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just not enough energy to go around. But definitely benefits for this if you can get both of them up there, right? You boost your guild's rating in that way.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for joining us tonight. We had an awesome conversation about land, got into a nice debate there about some proposals on this last one. Let us know in the comments below if there's a topic that you would like covered in the next one. You can also hit most of us up on Discord. If you're in the YGG SPL Discord, that really helps out the best. We're all there. You can tag us and talk to us directly there. And yeah, we would love to field any questions that you might have going forward. Everything's changing by the week, and it takes groups like this. It takes talking through and assessing these types of situations in an open dialogue in order for us to move forward in the correct direction. And so I hope you guys continue to diversify the people that you listen to, continue to come out to anybody that's willing to talk about the game. Make sure you're involved, because these are exciting times. It's a lot of change and a lot of direction that needs to be given from us, the players. So hang on, because going into the Splinterlands is getting crazy. But we will see you guys this weekend for the weekend challenges. Damour in the morning, myself in the evening. And then next week, there's actually going to be something pretty special going on within the YGG community. Specifically, I think they're going to be shining a spotlight on Splinterlands. So pay attention for more details on that. But until next time, my friends, GG.
Cheers, guys.